All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man that needs no introduction, Mr. Cube.
Yeah.
Ice Cube, what's up, bro?
What's happening, man? I feel good.
I was going to say, before we talk business or anything, just personally, how is life in 2019 for you, bro?
Life is great. No issues, no problems. Family is healthy. So life is great, man. I wake up every day. I'm an optimist. You know what I mean? I wake up every day.
The glass is half full.
I wake up every day feeling good. I don't understand people that say they roll out of bed. I gotta get myself going. I'm already going. When I pop up, I'm ready to go.
What's a normal day for you, bro? I'm not talking no movie calls, no big three action, no music. If you just have a day off, which I'm sure is rare, but if you just have a day off, what do you like to do?
I like to kick it like everybody else.
At the crib? Is there somewhere specific you go?
Well, when I go places, it turns into work.
Right.
So,
right.
I usually like kicking it at the spot, at the house, or I go to the studio and kick it. And we got a nice house in the marina we go to, me and my wife. But I wake up real early. I like to kind of, have that time in the house where I can just think and be, where the house is still and empty, everybody's still asleep. I like to get up and, I like to get a lot done in that time. And just kick it away till my wife wake up, you know what I'm saying? We go drink our coffee, check out TV, look at what's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying, news, whatever, and then get ready for our day. If we want to, go out and hang out and do something, we'll plan it. Or we just might want to just kick it all day and just, be lazy.
You've had such a successful relationship, bro, over all these years and everything you've done. What was it about your wife? I've never heard you speak too much about it. We don't have to dive too into it, but what was it about her that just made you say, this is the woman for me?
I mean, she was down for me, in a way that's more than the norm. She's down for me. I always used to say, legal or illegal, she gonna ride with me. So luckily we ain't have to do nothing illegal, but if we did, she'd be right there.
That's awesome, bro.
So, when you find somebody like that in your corner, to me it's crazy to let them go or to not make it a whole, us against the world type thing.
Well, and she's got to be a number one fan too. No matter what the project is, whatever it is, I'm sure when you're writing scripts, she's probably right there too. Well, that's dope, or maybe change this. Or,
oh yeah, she can criticize. When it ain't up to par, she'll let me know, and I respect that about her. I respect her opinion too, because she's
awesome.
Very smart when it comes to marketing and what the trends, what people are into, what people want, what people don't want, and so she's smart. You know what I mean? So I love when she get going because I just be sucking up that game.
Hell yeah.
And I apply it and everybody think I'm the smartest man in the world.
There you go. Bro, everything's corrupt. Now, the title of the album, the message of the album, everything. I mean, just going back to the origin of Ice Cube, bro, you've been one of the realest, iconic writers, in my opinion, that we're ever going to see, and you're still doing it. What is it? Like what is your process? Do you just see something on TV and it's like, I've got to talk about it? Is there something that just really bothers you and you're like, this needs to be addressed and I can do it in a certain way that's going to make sense? Or what is that process?
I mean, sometimes there's always different, I guess, streams of inspiration. But, just living, seeing things, seeing if you can creatively make things stick more than how they exist in the world. You know what I mean? If I'm going to touch a subject and put it on a record, I'm trying to make it stick and lock into who's listening more than if they just seen all these events on TV. I'm trying to, focus the eye on these certain issues that I think are, are necessary to address. But it gotta be able to be done in a hip hop B-boy type manner.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm looking for things in the world and I'm like, it's, sickle cell anemia. I need to make a rap about that. You know what I mean? It's not really on that tip. It's like,
it's what affects the culture.
Can I make this dope and make an impact with what I'm saying with it? and make it where you can rock to it and you can learn from it, but you don't want to be too preachy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Being that everything's corrupt, and even just, it's crazy that title comes out, and then you still see the things going on, like the Lori Loughlin situation, the Aunt Becky for Full House. Like, who would have thought she'd be involved in a scandal of paying behind the scenes to get her kids in school? That's crazy, right?
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Ever.
So everything is corrupt when you look at it. You know, it's a rat race for money, and you know, people are you know, dismissing their values, you know, constantly for that money. And so, you know, you look around and you're like, damn, it's a little bit of corruption everywhere.
Right. Did you ever have a time in your life or just throughout your career, because you've been super successful for such a long time and you came from nothing and turned it into something? So is there a point in your life where you're like, you see some kind of corruption on your own side, like the money maybe got the best of you a little bit and you had to check yourself or step back?
Yeah, you know, you always got to check yourself. You know what I mean? You always, you know, should always look in the mirror and examine what you are and what you want to be. And, you know, you'll be crazy not to check yourself. You know, everybody, you know, I put it like this: every pencil needs to be sharpened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just how it is. And when you sharp, it dulls down, and you got to resharpen. And you know, I don't mind doing that.
That's awesome. Dude, talking about just resharpening things and taking things into the next level and next direction, the big three. You've done something crazy with this, and now we're talking about owning a network, right?
Yeah, you know, the Big Three is a great league that we started, professional 3-on-3 basketball, using former NBA players. We got younger this year. You know, our age was 30 and over at first, but now we went down to 27. We added, you know, 4 more teams, so we got 12 teams. We're gonna play on 2 nights a week, which is great. And yeah, you know, me, LL, Serena Williams, a couple other people are trying to buy these regional sports networks that Fox have. You know, they got Fox. I guess they got Fox Arizona.
Yeah, they got all these
West,
random. There's so many
whatever.
different ones tied to it in conjunction with.
And we're trying to consolidate it into one network. Still able to deliver the regional sports, but you know, when this game ain't on, it ain't nothing to watch on them channels. Nobody watching them channels until the game come on. We think that it's a place that, you know, media, athletics, and culture can exist around all these games that can keep people on those channels.
How do you go about picking the cities that you do teams in? Like, how do we get a team in Phoenix? Like, how does something like that work?
Well, teams are not connected to cities.
Okay.
Teams are just connected to players.
Oh, okay.
We feel like that's the future. We feel like the city model is an old model that eliminates a lot of the country from being fans of a team, you know. So we have 12 teams. It's kind of like NASCAR. You pick your favorite one and you roll with them throughout the season, and you can be a fan from any place in the world without feeling like I'm not part of this city. So if my team win, I don't really feel a part of it as much. So, you know, we just think, you know, that the future is people are more into players than to teams and cities. So,
very true. Oh, well, the players too, just their perspective, they've got to love it, because these dudes, it's not like they can't play anymore or anything like that. They just need the look, and you're providing that for them.
Yeah, it's just it's not enough room for all these great basketball players. That's just really what it is. And, you know, NBA is kind of out with the old and with the new, but sometimes they put you out before you old.
Right.
You know, they just put you out because you've been there too long.
Try and make room for the next young cat.
Yeah, so you find yourself, you know, guys find themselves, you know, 28, 29, and they don't even know they retired. They just don't get a call, and they look up and like, damn, I'm out the NBA.
Right.
And so to have a league where they can continue to shine on a level that they're used to in the arenas that they played before against their peers, to me is like, you know, for a baller, that's a dream come true. You know, we got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf out there at 49 years old.
Getting it.
getting buckets, showing that he still can play. Yeah, it's not 5-on-5 full court, but it's half court 3-on-3, and most people play that anyway in the world. So it's just bringing people along and letting them know they can get behind this league. It's something cool for the summer, and that it's going to be around forever.
Do you ever jump on a court and just kind of have some 3-on-3 action with anybody? Maybe not on TV or nothing, but behind the scenes, you wouldn't do it?
Hell no. I go out there and shoot when nobody's, when they shooting around, I might shoot it a couple times. But as far as playing a game,
you wouldn't do it
against them dudes. Nah, they pros. They the best in the world.
Do you think they let you in? No, you're Ice Cube.
I mean, of course, they'll let me play. But I wouldn't play, for one, I would never play in a regular season sanctioned game.
Right.
Pickup. But I wouldn't even do that because we got all-stars. We got first-round picks. We got champions. We got dudes that done did it on the highest level and been successful. So, ain't no way in the world I'm a kill my self-esteem. I'm a good player when I'm playing against people that
playing against me,
pros, but so I ain't gonna kill my self-esteem.
Do you ever go back and watch your old movies, like just randomly? I know some, like when it comes to acting, some actors like, no, when it's done, and that's the product. Do you ever go back and maybe critique it, or just you enjoy one of the movies? Like, yo, I loved Anaconda. I feel like watching that on this Sunday.
Not as much as people probably would think. It is. As far as me being an artist who, I do a few different things. Kind of when it's done, and I go to the premiere and I watch it finish with an audience. I'm kind of on to the next project,
right?
And I might catch it on TV. They seem like they show one of my movies.
You got something on
weekend,
all the time.
So I'll probably catch a few minutes of it, but only when I'm like by myself, I'll watch it. If I'm with the fam, and then I won't put it on because
is it awkward, kind of?
I just I'm just so on to the next. You know what I mean?
Like, why focus on what the past, what's been done?
And I just to me it's like when I'm watching it by myself, I'm critiquing. When I'm watching it with the fam, it seems like I'm
watching
still
their
bringing
reaction
all the
and stuff.
attention back on me. You know what I mean? And it's like it ain't about me. It's about all of us in the house.
Have you ever connected so much to a character that you took it home, and your wife's like, "Q, what do you stop it?"
Never.
That's dope. That you can separate it.
Yeah, it's. I heard a story when I was a young actor about damn, I forget this dude's name now. Tootsie, what's his dude's name?
Tootsie.
Dustin Hoffman.
Okay.
That guy. Yeah,
he ain't gonna watch this, though. He don't listen to our show.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that movie, but I just know he played it. But anyway, he was doing a role, and he just was staying up all night. And I don't even know if this story is true, so I don't want to lie on the man, but this is what I heard.
Okay.
So, and because that's what the role entailed, the dude that was paranoid, didn't get no sleep, and disheveled, just so he felt like he needed to be method and go there. And one of the great actors he was working with just told him, "Why don't you just act instead of
actually trying to do all this?"
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna play it like a drug head, you're gonna be on heroin. You know what I mean? No.
What's like the guy that played Lincoln? Like in real life, while he was filming it, you had to address him as Mr. Lincoln, and he would like take a horse to work and like do the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's it ain't crazy. I mean, he's a master, so whatever he got to do to get ready, you just got to respect that. Me, I'm a pretty good actor.
When I watch your movies, I think it's the biggest compliment that sounds cocky, huh? Like, this is the best compliment ever. But I think like when you watch movies and you see someone, it's so hard if they're like a successful outside of acting. You see him still as that. Like, oh, that's Ice Cube. That's Ice Cube. When I watch your movies, I don't think that's Ice Cube. You are the character.
Well, that's good. I try not to get in the way.
Yeah.
But I try to bring a little bit of I think what people enjoy of me, but I try not to get in the way of the characters and try to, become this, person and think a different way in a way.
Right.
But when I look, I see, I'm like, always like, am I doing enough to make the audience follow the character?
Yeah.
Or are they watching Ice Cube?
Right. No, you kill it. Stamp of approval.
I can retire.
Yeah, you're good. Talking about stamp of approval, we've got this segment on the show called The Cosign, and you're actually the first one that we're doing this with, to where we find a record and we're like, this record is so crazy, we're gonna get behind it, play the hell out of it every hour, and just really own it. So you got this song with Too Short.
Oh yeah,
that is just nuts, bro. Can we talk about it?
Oh yeah, man. I love that record.
How does it come about? It's called I Ain't Got No Haters.
Yeah.
I mean, I really can't think of anyone that doesn't like Ice Cube. Like, that is kind of wrong. I mean, I'm sure you know a couple people,
yeah.
But like, when you talk about it, you're such a legend, bro, and you're still doing what you do. I mean, where does the record come about? Is that a conversation you and Short are having one day, or is it just presented to you from a producer? Or break it all down for me.
Well, it's a concept that I had came up with, and I came up with the hook, and then when I was listening to one oldie station, and then the Oh Honey.
Oh, the sample's crazy.
Sample came on, and I'm like, man, this ain't been used in a long time. And so I'm like, yo, this song ain't got no haters. It's kind of perfect. It's a perfect vibe for this beat. And I'm like, I need to do it with somebody. And I was thinking of Snoop, but Snoop really wasn't available. We couldn't really connect. And so I thought of Short, and Short said, yeah, I do it. You know what I mean? So jumped in the studio, knocked it out, and it just came. It was just that feel good.
It's organic.
It just felt right. It was just a song that we didn't have to do a lot to it. We didn't have to, it kind of made itself.
You said you wrote it before you heard a sample. Do you do a lot? Like, do you do a lot of writing before you have the production? Like, you'll just have an idea?
Just concepts and ideas and titles and, metaphors, and I'll think of a rhyme and I'll write it down because I'm like, there's probably a fit in something,
right?
Somewhere, and just make sure I just keep them ideas, because ideas, they come and they go, and if you don't write it down,
you're gonna forget it.
You might forget it, and it might be something hot, and you might need it later. So I just try to write down all those ideas and those kind of clever little things that I can make a song about, and that haven't really been touched in hip hop. It's hard to cover new ground. But I like to be unpredictable, but also as comfortable as a blanket or something. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be unpredictable, but also I like to make people feel like, damn, this is what I'm used to.
Right. What's the what's the last conversation you had with Dre? I mean, do you guys talk a lot, or is it not what everyone would think it is all the time? I mean, I'm just curious. Like,
last conversation I had with Dre, I think it was at my he came to the Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Oh, okay, yeah,
came through there. It was a while ago, and we don't talk as much as I would love to, and it's because we just busy, creative people who love our own world, in a way. And so, we're always doing stuff or trying to get stuff done. And, when you grown, as grown could be, sometimes it's hard to get together like you were when you was youngsters.
Right. It's still got to be exciting, though, for both of you. I mean, to see how far you came. You're still relevant. You're still doing what you do. You got successful careers and families. I mean, it's still a beautiful thing if you just sit back and think about it.
It is, man. It's a great story. Great examples for people to check us out, see, they may come from the same neighborhoods or the same type of background we came from, and to be able to see us and see where they can, go in their life or career or whatever, it's cool to be that, because I had examples growing up, and so to be an example for another generation is very cool.
Definitely. So we've got this new segment on the show called Celebrity Common Sense. Right here in Nicasio, that's my co-host, and we play this game called Are You Smarter Than Nicasio? People call in. They beat him every day. So they're all smarter than him. So he gave me a few questions to ask, and we'll just see if you know them. They're common sense questions, but they could play a trick on you.
All right.
All right.
I got common sense sometimes.
Let's go. How many times can you subtract the number 5 from 25?
How many times can you subtract the number 5?
From 25.
I guess once.
Judges.
Makes sense to me. It makes sense that you got 25. You take the 5 away, then you got 2. That's what I was
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's a
too.
genius, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. If there are 3 apples and you take 2 away, how many do you have?
If there are 3 apples and you take 2 away, how many do you have? I would have 2.
Smartest man in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Smartest man in the world, Ice Cube. Final question, and I thank you for all the time, too.
Yeah.
Final question. If you could be inducted into one boy band for a day, who would you choose? The Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Damn.
And I need reasoning, too.
I guess I would choose the Backstreet Boys.
Okay, and why?
They more OG than NSYNC.
There it is. It's all about the OG.
Yeah.
Cube, thank you so much for the time. Are there any final thoughts, comments, concerns, anything you want to touch on?
Oh, just thank the fans for always being down. You know what I mean? Always interested in what I got coming down the pipe, whether it's music or movies or whatever I got going, basketball, whatever. Just thank you for being down. And thank you for this interview.
Of course, bro. People always say that they never give the flowers when you can smell them. So I just want to tell you face to face, bro, thank you for the work, for the art, for the music, for the everything you've done for the culture, for us, for our childhood to now, bro. Thank you. I truly appreciate it.
Man, thanks for telling me that, man.
It's Ice Cube. It's Tino Cochino Radio, baby.
Yeah, yeah.